This time next week, many people will be waking up full from their Passover Seders. All that food, a holiday tradition, but so is what it is served on. Jonathan Greenstein is the owner of the country's only auction house dealing exclusively in Jewish antiques and is here to show us some unique items from his collection. Items will be part of an auction coming the holidays in the fall, you say. Great to have you here this morning.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Some beautiful pieces. They really are pieces of art, aren't they?
Absolutely. Let's start with the first one.
Yeah, absolutely.
The first one was made locally in Long Island by an artist named Harold Rabinowitz. He was a student of Ludwig Wolpert that worked at the Jewish Museum for many, many years. And it's a modern design. Little Art Deco-y in look.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
It looks like 1930s, 40s.
Yeah, but it's probably a couple of years old. That's really
okay.
Yeah, he made it specifically, to sell in one of our auctions.
Very good. And sort of, what was his inspiration there? What is he? What kind of moves do you think?
Ludwig Wolpert, who was really the founder of modern Judaic art in Germany, and then he moved to Israel in the 1920s, 1930s, and he worked until his death back here at the Jewish Museum in the Toby Pasha Workshop. And he was one of his Talmidim, as we say in Hebrew, or students, as we say in English.
Very striking. Now, this obviously is an older piece over here.
Yeah, this beautiful piece was created in Poland, approximately 1840 to 1850, maybe a little bit earlier, a little bit later. It's impossible to tell. And it was made for some incredibly important rabbi or Rebbe, as known, because the Jews of Poland were extremely poor. I mean, real poverty. On Hanukkah, some of them would slice a potato in half, make 8 holes in it, and that was their menorah. Real poverty. So whoever owned this had to be either a very important rabbi or a very wealthy businessman.
And the thing, and you at home probably watching this, I think you get some idea, but in person it's even more striking. All of this must have, given the time, been done by hand.
In my estimation, it probably took about a year and a half.
Holy
cow. Yeah, to make, working on it full time.
How do you acquire these pieces? How do they come to
you? At this point, people find me. Yeah, definitely. We've been doing this. I've been personally doing this over 30 years. Right. So if you search Antique Judaica on the internet, we pop up.
Also, and when you do that, you describe something called an attic find. Could you kind of take this as when people are, going through the house, maybe going through grandma's house sometimes, and they find some remarkable pieces? Do they come to you and say, "Is this worth something?"
I get emails all the time.
What's the history of it?
I get emails all the time. My grandfather was Jewish. My grandmother was Jewish. We found this. What's it worth? What's the story behind it? I have a column in a couple of local Jewish newspapers where they, like an Ask the Expert kind of thing. Right. And sometimes I'll get a spoon, and sometimes I will get a Kiddush cup, a rare Kiddush cup that was made, 200-300 years ago. And people are shocked at the values that I tell them.
But often they don't want to sell it. They just want to know the story behind it.
A lot of times, yeah. You find that, I just came back from Poland. I was there for 9 days with my son on a historical visit. The Nazis cleaned everything out. There is no traces of any sort of Judaism or Jewish objects. Even the synagogues, that remain standing, were all painted white, and now they're just starting to be restored. Anything that survived in this country by the wave of immigration that came until World War I.
All the more reason why these pieces are so valued by
Hitler
families.
Melted everything. Everything is gone for the war.
Tell me about this porcelain piece here.
This was made here in New York, most likely, in the 1920s, 1930s. It has a picture of a family together for the Seder.
Of course.
And also has the order of the Seder along the periphery. And one of the prayers from the Seder in the middle, Ma Nishtana, why is this night different from any other nights? Next to it, we have a Passover cup. This was made in Germany, 1740, by a artist named Mitnach.
1740?
Yeah, Yosef Mitnach. Iosef Mitnach. He was not Jewish, but he had a Jewish-sounding name. This one was made here in Israel, made in Israel in the 1970s by an artist named Beer. And this one, again, similar to the tray, was made in Poland. And this is a cup of Elijah. On every Seder, we invite the prophet Elijah to come and party with us.
Have a glass of wine.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we fill up a full glass of wine for him, and all the kids just wait for that wine to go down, but it doesn't seem to really happen physically. Spiritually, I'm sure it does.
Before we go, we do have to talk about this item. This is a plate that has some celebrity cachet.
Yeah, this one I actually, I got to tell you, for the most part, I'm not really a celebrity fan, whatever it is. We're all human. This one was owned by Joan Rivers, and her estate, when she passed away, her daughter put her entire estate in a couple of different auctions, and this was the one lot of Judaica, or Jewish-related objects that she had. and I couldn't let it go, and I bought it.
When is this auction coming up for people who are interested in these items?
Towards the fall.
Towards the fall.
Yeah,
Okay.
towards the fall. But because it was time for Passover, I thought it'd be a good time to show them.
All right, Jonathan Greenstein, thank you very much. I hope your family has a good holiday.
Thank you very much.
The time is 9:57, and we'll send it over to you, Pat.